Check one, two, check one, two. I hope you guys can hear me okay. If you can, just say hello. Let me know you're able to hear. Check one, two, check one, two. I hope you guys can hear me okay. If you can, just say hello. Let me know you're able to hear. All right, good, good, good. I can hear myself, so we're gonna go ahead and get onto this. All right, good, good. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. It is a mental health check after the holidays edition. This is our last one for 2022. I'm really excited to be here today. Um, I was going to have a few guests. I'm still waiting for a couple of them to show up. I know my friend Joey said he was going to jump on and say hello and share his thoughts on his holiday weekend and how it has helped keep his mental in order. If there's anyone out there that has not said hello, please go ahead and just say hello. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. If you have not had an opportunity to share it out, please do. This is a conversation that we all want to have with not only ourselves, but with others. We want to try and get as many people involved in the conversation as possible because this conversation has been put to the side long enough. It's time for us to share our hearts, our souls, our knowledge, and insight on mental health and how important it is to try and keep it leveled. It's been an interesting year. Obviously, we've seen some things come, seen some things go, but we are still here. If you're listening, then you are still here. You're still fighting, and you're still winning, and that's what this is all about. It's about winning every chance we get, every day we can. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm gonna let you guys know a little bit about my weekend and how. Hey, what's up, Kathy? How you doing? And Liam, what's up? Thank you guys for coming in. Let you guys know about my weekend and how I've been trying to keep my mental in order because it's been an interesting weekend for me. And then I'll give you guys some information that I had picked up while we're waiting for a guest to jump on. As y'all can see, I am in my Christmas pajamas. Yes, today was my Christmas with my kids today, and it's been an amazing day, a long day. Just to give you a little bit of insight on how it went, but it's been such an amazing time with my littles and watching them all fellowship and be at one with one another and share in the Christmas spirit, not just the gift giving part, but the opportunity for all of them to just be at one. It's always an interesting scenario when you are dealing with children from different households and trying to maintain a relationship not only with them but maintain a relationship between each one of them. Yeah, it's been a blessing of a day, an amazing day. My two oldest daughters boyfriends was there, and it was just great to be at one and watch them all just interact and enjoy each other's company. And for me mentally, that's what kept me sane. That's what keeps me sane, is to see them happy and see them enjoying each other's company. Because as a child, one of the things that we always had was each other. That was one of the things that we always strive to make sure that we had, is my brothers. We were all tight. We were all tight knit, even to this day. Like, I could tell you guys, when I say I've never gotten to an actual argument, fight with any of my brothers, that is true. And it's crazy to say when you think about brothers and arguments and situations where you guys don't agree on something. Yeah, me and my brothers have gotten to, like, little spats, but we've always come back to remind each other that we are all we got, And so we've always had the strongest of relationships. Hey Joyce, how you doing? Um, Today has been an amazing day. But let me tell you guys about Saturday. Saturday was New Year's Eve. And this is one of the things that I have to do in my mental state when I am going through the hardships and the struggles, is trying to understand that just because New Year's or Christmas Eve, everyone is amongst one another, enjoying each other's time together and fellowshipping together, doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen for me. And that's the case. That's how it's been for a lot of years. My kids' mothers usually do their Christmas on New Year's Eve. And so I didn't have my kids on New Year's Eve. I was by myself. I did a lot of shopping, a lot of gift wrapping, presents, making sure that things were in order for today. And then, as y'all know, yesterday was Sunday, and it was actually Christmas yesterday. So most of you guys that are out there that celebrate Christmas celebrated your Christmases yesterday. I didn't have that because, again, my kids all were with their families. So that didn't happen for me. I was here with my son. I was actually in the morning time. My daughter, my 20-year-old, she had sent me a text message saying, seeing what I was doing. And she didn't realize it, but I didn't have any plans at all for actually Christmas Day because everybody had their own plans. And we had planned on doing Christmas on the day after Christmas. So Christmas Day, I didn't have nothing to do. I didn't have nowhere to go. And so my hold on one sec, you guys. My 20-year-old hit me up and was like, Dad, you can come over here and have, breakfast with us and watch us wrap our presents together. And I was like, well, I'm just sitting here at the house. Sure, I'll come over and hang out with you guys. And so, her nice spirit, she sent me some information, and at what time they were going to start and everything. And so I just went over there and hung out with them in the morning. And then came back here after they were done, and I sat around and watched some football until my son came over. My son didn't get over here until about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And so, between that time of about 1 and 5, I was just here chilling, just kind of watching some Christmas Story and kind of going back and forth to Christmas Story. I watched the Seahawks game, obviously, and a few other games. But it was just different to not be able to do anything with anyone on Christmas Day. But my son did come over, and then me and my son actually went and delivered some presents to some of the people that I had told I would deliver presents to. And so that was pretty cool. Hey, what's going on, Joey? What's going on, Stacy? Thank you guys for tuning in. Obviously, like I said, if you guys have not had an opportunity to share it out, please do. And let's continue the conversation. But what is something, I'm going to ask all of you guys that are watching right now, what is one thing that helped you through your mental during this holiday weekend? If there's one thing that you can think of, what is the one thing that you can say helped you? I know there's probably plenty of things that helped you, but what is the one thing that you put at the top of the list that helped you through the weekend? For me, it was knowing that I will get this opportunity to spend with my children. That was mine. What was yours? Kathy's, being with family. That's absolutely important, very important to me. Being with family. That's top notch on my list. If nothing else, the opportunity to get all of my kids together and us be together is always top notch on my list. Anyone else? Talking with my family, talking with my online family. Stacy, absolutely. It's you guys that have helped me through situations like being here at home alone when I'm not in my mind isn't working right, sending messages out to you and knowing you guys are going to talk back. That's what helped me through. Heidi, thank you so much for viewing. Being with grandkids, being with her grandkids. I don't have any grandkids yet, but the opportunity to be with my kids has always been an amazing thing to me. DeAndre, thank you for tuning in, brother. Thinking I was going to be alone for Christmas, but was blessed to wake up with my stepson. That is a blessing in itself. Always, that is a blessing. Like for my daughter to say, "Hey, come on over and hang out with us on their Christmas time with, my daughter and her sister and her mom and her boyfriend." They had Christmas set aside for them. And so for me to be able to be invited to be a part of that, that's lifted up my spirit and helped me through the day. Absolutely, absolutely, big one, big one. Family always comes first. Yes, you're absolutely right, Kathy. Family is a huge part of what I do. You know, it's a huge part of what I do. Lynn Marie's in the building. Thank you so much for viewing, Lynn. I appreciate you. That I spend plenty of time with my kids and talk to my parents regularly. That even if plans are not on the day of Christmas, it's okay. Giving myself grace, traditions, change, and I have to embrace that. Change is always going to happen. Expect it. Holiday season, expect change. And that's one of the things that I've kind of learned during my tradition of being a father and not being with their mothers is that there's always going to be changes in everything that happens during the holiday time. Absolutely. Maintaining a level of confidence that it will happen, and it will happen if you stay focused, stay, consistent, and just plan. Always plan ahead. Absolutely. What's up, Casey? Thank you so much for being here. Um, Stacy, I prayed for my kids to invite me over and they didn't. So I talked to my online family all day. And see, that's the thing. Sometimes it goes that route and sometimes it doesn't work out the way that you want it to work out. You're expecting, like for me, I was just thankful that I was thought of on Christmas Day. She hit me up and said, "Hey, Dad, what are you up to?" You know, she didn't realize that I didn't make any plans because that's what we do on Christmas is spend Christmas together. And so for her to just take the initiative and reach out to me and say, "Hey, Dad, what are you up to? You can come over and hang out with us." For her to do that, that was such a blessing, guys. I mean, my 20-year-old is very intelligent, very smart, and I'm truly honored by all of my children. All of them are very intelligent, smart kids, and I'm blessed that they love me enough to lift me up. I gotta show you guys something though. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I gotta show you something that my youngest daughter got for me. It's really, really hard, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you guys. Give me 1 sec. Do not move. Sorry about that. I didn't plan on doing this before. I didn't plan on doing this, but um, let me go ahead and get Laney out the way. Thank you for showing up, Laney. I appreciate you. Allow for having to make compromises and that plans don't always happen exactly the way that they're supposed to. That is so true. Absolutely. That's the truth. Casey, let's see what Casey has to say. Casey, I spent the morning yesterday with my kid very reluctantly because I didn't care to see my mother, but did it anyway. Sometimes you don't always want to do the things that you're supposed to be doing, which is spending time with the people that are important to you, but they may want that time. So you have to give them that time, give them grace and give them that time. All right. Knowing what is expected of you Knowing what is expected of you and what you expect from the day. Absolutely. So let me show you guys this real quick. I'm at the age of 45. For those that didn't know, yes, I'm 45. I've got I kind of gotten a little bit more softer than I used to be. I used to be really hard. Obviously, like I was born and raised on a hilltop, been through a lot in my life. But I think the older that I've gotten, the more I realize that this isn't forever. And at some point, this life may come to a close for all of us. And so I've learned to be more passionate and humbling with everything that I do in my life. And some things touch me in a different way than usual. And so for me, I gotten some great gifts today. Thank you so much for my daughters helping me out. But I have to show you guys this one. This is something that I definitely didn't expect from my 12-year-old daughter. So see that? So as y'all know, it says dad in the middle. My oldest daughter is Leanna, Chantel second, then Sierra, then Deja's my youngest daughter, and then my son is the last of the Mohicans. That's Davion, and then it has the Hayes family on the bottom. When when she gave me this gift, um, I definitely wasn't going to cry in front of my children, but it definitely hit me hard because you I can expect it from my oldest daughter, my 24-year-old. I can expect it from her. I could even expect it from my 20-year-old. But my youngest daughter went out of her way to make this, and it really shows me how amazing and blessed I am to be a father to such amazing human beings. My daughters, my son, um, they don't have all the time in the world with me because you know I'm such a busy, busy, busy person, and the little bit of time, free time that I have, I'm still a busy, busy person. But for them to still take the initiative and go out of their way to show how much they care and love me, it's such a blessing. It's such a blessing, y'all. Like sometimes we forget how much of an effect we have on a person until it's out of our hands. And so for me, my mental was a little bit, it was a struggle on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day because I didn't have any plans. I didn't have much going on because we had uh, scheduled to have our Christmas on the day after Christmas. But it's such an amazing feeling when you know that people love you and people care about you. Whether it's me sending text messages to people online, whether it's me talking to my daughters, texting them and calling them, whether it's me, talking to my work buddies and asking them about how work is going and hearing stories about how they are missing me there and wish I was there helping out with work and stuff. Like it's so important to try and find something positive in everything that is negative in your life. Never allow negative pieces, the fact that I didn't get to spend Christmas with my family, to be the reason you have a horrible day. Yeah, I didn't get to spend with all my children, but I did see my 20-year-old, my 14-year-old, and my son. I did get to spend some time with a few of them. Today made up for those 2 days. You have to stay leveled, stay humbled, realize that not everything is going to work out the way that you want it to work out, and just enjoy and savor and latch on to those positive moments in your life, because those moments will take you so much further than those negative moments. Latch on to them. Latch on to them. So real quick, let me read something. I looked up something and I wanted to read it to you guys. So let me just read it real quick. Joseph is about to come on. He's been having some difficulties with his email, but I'm gonna have him come on and talk with us as well. So do not move a muscle, and we'll make it happen. 1 second. Let me find this real quick. Joey, I'm sending it to you right now, brother. I apologize. I just seen your email that he was having some issues getting on. So I'm gonna get it to him real quick, you guys. 1 quick second, and we'll get back on this. Copy. I got you. 1 sec. Paste. All right, so I just sent it to you, Joey. You should be able to come on right after this. Laney said, yes, change your perception. Taking control of how you look at things takes things in and process. Absolutely. Absolutely. Take it in. Savor those moments. Savor the moments. Do not allow the negative to be your downfall. It's what we hear all the time. It's change the negative into a positive. Make today better than it was the day before. Always stay positive. The monster, that's an interesting one too, Laney. I like that. Make a real choice to feed the human being inside of you and not the monsters of doubt. All right, so I'm going to read this for you guys real quick. And it basically is, all it is 7 tips. I sent the link to you, buddy. 7 tips to manage stress and mental health during the holidays. And this is the holiday edition, so we're going to find something that focuses on the holiday. All right, so listen here. If somebody wants to write these down as they go, that would be great. Step 1, be realistic. Step 1, be realistic. Don't stress yourself out by trying to create the perfect holiday. Obviously, this is something that we had talked about. You cannot create a perfect holiday because it's not possible. There's always going to be something, whether you get everything that you want going, there's always going to be something that goes wrong. Step 2, plan ahead. Plan ahead. My 20-year-old gets on me every time something goes on. Every time we have some family function, a birthday, whatever it is, she always gets on me about planning ahead. Dad, you need to plan ahead. Next year, we're going to plan ahead. Next year, make sure next birthday, you need to plan ahead. My 20-year-old is on me all the time about that. Step 3. Don't worry. It says, don't worry. Don't feel obligated to complete every small thing on your list. You don't have to be obligated to complete everything on your list, because it will happen when it's supposed to happen. Okay, 1 sec. Just say no. Just say no. Hopefully, you guys can still see me. If you have too much on your plate, let your friends and family know. Be honest, be upfront. If you can't do it, then you can't do it. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Um, Number 5, stay active. Exercise is a great way to deal with holiday stress and anxiety. As you guys know, holiday stress and anxiety is a major thing in all of our lives, obviously. Like, I deal with holiday stress and anxiety after the holiday is done, before the holiday is done, during the holiday. It's always a stressful situation. But you got to do it, you know. It's all a part of our worlds, you know. It's there. It's there. It's going to happen. Um all right. Next one. Set aside differences. Set aside differences. Enjoy others' company and talk about topics that bring happiness. Absolutely. Focus on happy thoughts. Don't go to a party with the family and people that you haven't seen in weeks or months and talk about all the negative things that are going on in your life. Focus on the positives. Enjoy sharing good news. Enjoy sharing good news, right? Let's enjoy our conversations. Let's enjoy our time together. Let's laugh a little bit. Laughing is an amazing thing to all of our lives. Make sure you laugh as much as you can. Crack jokes, you know, do fun stuff. And then finally, our last one, acknowledge your feelings. Acknowledge your true feelings. It says, have a plan in place for all your holiday tasks and activities. And those are the 7 tips to manage stress and mental health during the holidays. Those are what I have for you. Casey said, now you're pushing it. I don't understand how people are motivated to work out. My manual labor job is my workout, so that's why I don't do the gym thing. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes that's how you get your workout in. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those really busy manual jobs where I'm, lifting anything heavy or anything like that. So for me, running, push-ups, squats, all of that stuff is how I get my mental in order. When I feel myself having a breakdown, if I can't call somebody or if I'm in a place where I have a little time to myself, oh yeah, I'm put my shoes on and I'm hitting the track, getting my run in. That helps me clean my mental up a little bit and at least gets me back on the edge, back on the right track instead of, getting off edge. So let me go ahead and bring Joey on, you guys. We finally got him in the waiting room. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him in right now. 1 second. At the end of the day. All right, hold on. Let me get Joey up in here. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you, though.
What's that? Where am I?
Is your volume on? Check your volume.
Oh.
I can't hear you. Can you guys hear Joey? Anybody hear Joey? Because I don't hear him. Do you have your volume down?
Okay. Can you hear me at all now? Oh, what am I? Let me put it back.
You can hear him, but I can't hear him.
Hold on.
All right, 1 second. I love technology. Did I ever tell you guys how much I love technology? Good Lord. This is what happens to me all the time. It might just be me. Let me check and see if my volume is down.
Okay, let me know if you can hear me now.
Say something, Joey.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me still?
I hear you.
Hey there.
Yeah, can you hear me at all? At all? At all?
Why can't I hear you? This is so weird.
Everyone else can hear me? That's weird. Oh, I just got muted. Oh, I'm muted and unmuted again.
I can hear you now.
Oh, you got me?
I got you. I got
Okay.
you.
All right. Cool.
I gotta
Cool.
wear the headphones, I guess.
I don't know. I too.
And then I lost you.
You lost me again.
Now you're gone.
Oh no. It says I've been unmuted. Can you hear me?
It says what?
I've been unmuted.
OMG. This. See?
How do they hear us both, but you can't hear me?
It's gonna get me frustrated here.
Oh, God. I've been dealing with that frustration. Let me see if I can.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
What is going on? Oh, good.
You hear me?
Okay, so I can hear you. Okay, don't move. Don't touch nothing. Don't touch nothing.
Oh man, good to see you though. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you too. How you feeling today?
I'm okay. Honestly, I'll be honest. Yeah. I'm okay. I'm not great, but I've made it through almost the whole day, so I'm happy about that.
Well, that's always a positive. You're making it through. You know, that's how we got to do it. You know, one day at a time. So tell us, how's your weekend though? How did the weekend go?
It wasn't too bad. Honestly, it was better, I think, than I thought it would be. I haven't hung out with all of my family, with my siblings and everything in a very, very, very long time. My parents have been very distant from me because I am transgender and they're very religious. But the fact that they came over and my mom hugged me and we laughed and we joked and, all of those things were very, very good. But I don't know. I was in my feelings all weekend. My sister and my brother-in-law was laying in bed and I just was looking kind of, staring off, and they came over and dogpiled me and just laid on me to help me feel like comfort and stuff until they felt like my breathing change and, I started to settle in. And what's funny is I couldn't figure out like why I was so upset. And one of the things that set me off, don't laugh, everybody. One of the things that set me off was I officially changed my address from Albuquerque, New Mexico, here to Washington State. And I sat there and my sister's like, well, what is it that set you off? And I was like, I fucking live here now. Like, I live here. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
official.
Not one of my favorite places because it has so many old memories for me. And then I just cried for like 2.5 hours. And I wanted to tell everyone actually that, so I posted a profile photo of me and it's in my Christmas sweater with my little backpack and I'm smiling. And I wanted to let everyone know, like, you see those kinds of pictures and you think like, oh my gosh, Joey must be having the best day. Right. Literally minutes before I had taken that photo, I had been crying my face off for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. And if you look at the photo, you would never know. You know what I mean? And so I wanted to bring a message that, a lot of times if your friends are silent or if your friends seem different or something like that, you should reach out to them. But in my opinion, not only should you reach out to those humans, but reach out to the ones who are smiling and laughing the most. The ones that are smiling and laughing the most likely are the ones that are in the darkest place at that time. I talked to Stacy, who's a very good friend of both of ours, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, Joey, you look great. You look so happy. Like all of these things." And I'm like, really? Because for the last week I've been just crying, and Christmas is hard because I don't have my son with me. His mom took him from me 2 years ago. And so I just stumbled upon a photo of him that was very recent and I cried. And
Yeah.
my brother-in-law was like, "Let's take a photo. Your parents want a photo." And I'm covering my face. I'm like, "No, no, 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 not right now, not right now." And they thought I was just being shy about the photo,
Mhm.
And they're like,
Yeah.
it's okay. Like, you look great, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then they reached out, or they realized that I was actually sobbing behind my hands, because
Mhm.
I had just it just hit me so hard. Like, I missed my son. I've missed two Christmases already, and so like I said,
Yeah.
the broken ones are generally the ones, and and it's like everybody says, you never think that person would be the one. You never think that person would be the one because they're so happy, they're so funny, they're so all these things. So
Yeah.
yes, check
It's
in on your
true.
friends that are feeling down, but check in on your friends that are feeling the most up, because chances are they might be hurting inside,
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's interesting, I've been talking to a lot of people this week. It's
Mhm.
crazy, people get so excited and energetic and amped up about the holiday, but even at the holiday time, it can be stressful and it can be really hard on your souls,
Yes.
because of exactly what you said. There might be someone there that isn't there,
Mhm.
that you would love to see. Like I said something to someone yesterday about it, but a good friend of mine that I've known since high school literally lost his wife
Ugh.
3 days ago.
Ugh. That's
And
fresh.
they've been married since I've known him. And he literally lost his wife 3 days ago, and now he has to spend Christmas alone. I mean,
Hmm.
mind you, they have kids, they have two sons and they have grandkids, but the person that he walked down the aisle with, that he said he would spend the rest of his life with, that they have been together umpteen years, happily married, is no longer here.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
and
hard. It's really hard. It doesn't have to just be somebody that's passed away. It could be very
yeah,
easily somebody who's just
somebody
ripped in
just
your heart somewhere.
yeah,
And so
somebody
you
that
passing.
could have been in a relationship with, and you guys had a
Correct.
falling out, and
Correct.
you missed that person. There's so many different scenarios. This is just what recently happened to me, so I thought it would be good to at least put it out there. I mean, and obviously you, Joey, I mean, it's a tough one for me. Just being by myself on Christmas Day was hard because
Ugh, I heard that, mate.
I'm
Ugh.
like I'm like sitting in my bed, like, man, what am I gonna do? Everybody's celebrating Christmas and doing everything with their family. All my kids are with their family. I'm here by myself. I don't
Mhm.
have nobody.
Yep.
I mean, mind you, yeah, I'm gonna see them the next day, but sitting here on Christmas Day alone is
Mhm.
definitely it's a hard place to be. It's a tough place to be, and I was blessed and fortunate enough that one of my daughters actually thought about me and was like, "Hey, Dad, what are you doing?" You
Mhm.
know, saved me from myself, my dark moments, because it was a
Yes.
ugly, dark feeling, being here by myself. But she definitely, brought my spirits up to a better place. And obviously, me spending time with my son at the end of the day was good too, because we got to do something together that. That I've been really trying to get all my children to do, and that's give back. That's
Mhm.
share, and like all the money that we raised, the $365 that we raised, we bought presents, and me and my son went and delivered them yesterday. So that
Ah.
was pretty amazing in itself. It's creating new moments and new things, memories for them, so that when they get older, maybe it'll transfer over into their lives. The importance
Yes.
of giving back, and just being a good person to people that really need it. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
that was fun. That
Definitely.
was fun.
I told my nephews, I was like, the thing is like you need to give back. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people out there that don't get the things that you guys get. And
Yeah.
one of my nephews, he threw a fit because his mom asked him to help with dinner and all those kinds of things. And of course, he wanted to go play with his new toys. And so
Yeah.
he's in this bad mood, and we're telling him like, bro, you got to change your attitude. Like, remember, there are kids out there that don't get the things that you get. They still go back and they help and they do whatever they can to be um, present in all of the most generous ways that they possibly can be. And so because my other nephew was here, my other nephew is very like, if you ask him to do something, he's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go and do it for you. And so his dad, Luca's dad, told him, he said, your cousin didn't get very much while he was here at our house,
Yeah.
and you got all of this stuff, and yet he was so grateful for like the three presents that he got. You know what I mean? And is still willing
Yeah.
to help on all those things. And it was super hard lesson for Luca to learn, because
Absolutely.
he had to kind of take a step back. He went and sat in his room, did his little thing, and then came out and helped his mom with dinner and did all the things and totally changed his attitude around. But that's the thing, is trying to teach them to be good humans. Like,
Yeah.
it's so important. It's so important even to people that you don't know. It's so
Yep.
so 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 important. Like, people don't
Absolutely.
realize you're going to touch somebody in a way, even if they don't know you. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
but if you don't mind, I want to read this poem that I wrote. Uh,
Absolutely.
it's in my book, but it's called Fight or Flight, and it makes me think of sitting in those feelings that
Mhm.
sometimes we do because we need to, and
Mhm.
that's kind of what I did over the weekend. Was I didn't sit there and stay there, but I allowed myself to cry. I allowed myself to release all the things. I talked to
Yeah.
Stacy, which, like I said, reaching out is not a thing for me. But anyway, so I wrote this,
Yeah.
and it's very, I don't know. I'll just read it. So
Okay.
It's called Fight or Flight. My life is spinning out of my control. I'm trapped in the eye of my own tornado, lost in the sea that feels greater than the universe. The burden is fear, the weight unbearable. Sinking, drowning, holding on. The rope is short and the line about to snap. My mind is riddled with doubt and chaos. Reality slipping. The drop is unending. Insecurity begins to drown out the confidence, and the man is fading into a whisper caught in the wind. His body is tired, weary, and struggling to keep floating, head above water, barely breathing. My will to fight is being overwhelmed. My heart keeps arguing with my head. The road has become long and the journey hard. My demons are growing louder, the light at the end darker. Human or shadow, fight or flight. What
Mm.
do you do? Human or shadow? Are you a human or a shadow? Do you fight or flight? And I mean, I have done everything that I can to fight, and I'll continue to
Yeah.
do that.
Absolutely.
So it's important to reach into your
Yeah.
feelings,
Powerful.
uh, feel them, and then release it. And my thing is to write it down, and that's how I kind of get it out. So
Absolutely. I'm like you, man. I love writing. I love writing when I get into those modes because some of the most beautiful poems, songs, passages come from a place of pain and hurt and frustration. And so
yes.
I love the opportunity to do something like do some writing when I'm going through it. Real
Mhm.
quick though, real quick, for anyone that is watching right now that would like to just jump on and say something, I did post the link. So if you would like to jump on and say something, we're only going to be on for about 15 more minutes. And then I got to get off because my son is in the other room by himself. And so, I mean, he's got a bunch of new toys, so he's busy. But I got to get back to my daddy duties at some point. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
absolutely, absolutely. Welcome anybody that would like to be a part of the conversation.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Definitely, definitely
Yes.
beautiful. I absolutely love the poem. If anybody wants to comment, Kathy already commented on the poem. She said beautifully written. Um,
Yes. I saw Elizabeth as well. I like the analogy of human being or something else. And
feed
it's true.
feed the
Feed the
human
human
being.
being. Yes.
Absolutely.
Feed the human being
Yes,
for sure. And then something
absolutely. I like
else.
that.
Elizabeth said it's so hard to reach out during times of loneliness because you think everyone else has or is doing things of their own. And yes, and that was always my hesitation to reach out to other people, because I'm like, you know what? They're going through all their own things. If I try to go and talk to David, I know he's going through a bunch of stuff, but
Mhm.
I am able, and I told Stacy this yesterday. I am able to reach out to Stacy and to reach out to you, and My
Hmm.
favorite thing is on the messenger when you can do the audio. I don't have to look
Yeah,
at your face. I don't have to, you know what I mean? But you can feel and hear the emotion in my voice and be able to respond back without that
absolutely.
overwhelming sense of, oh my gosh, they don't want to talk to me about this. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it is, but it's
Absolutely.
refreshing, and it's something, Elizabeth, that I have very, very, very recently learned. And like by recently, I mean since I've met David and Stacy over the last like few months. So it's something that I'm recently learning. But
Mhm.
it's like practice makes perfect. The more you do
Absolutely.
it, the easier it is. The more confident you feel about it, the more comfortable you feel about it. So
Mhm.
I appreciate like
Absolutely.
that what you just said because it's very, very, very true. Oh, Elizabeth, your name is Lainey. I'm so sorry, Lainey.
She
Lainey.
she goes by Lainey. Shout out to Lainey. She's a good friend of mine. She helps out with
I
the
love it.
circle when I do my feeds and stuff. She's we call her the pie king, pie queen, because she makes any type of pie that you want, and she makes them by the
Oh,
dozens.
oh, my homemade pies are my favorite.
She cooks everything, but
Where do you sell or where do you send them from? Where's the location?
she's she resides in Lakewood, so she's right down the
Oh,
road too. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, girl. All
So
right, Lainey.
she's
Well,
shout out to Lainey for always being a vessel, always be willing to help us. Anything that we do, when it comes to helping the community and feeding the homeless. We did the backpack giveaway. She came out for the backpack giveaway and helped out with that. So we've been friends for a very very long time. And
that's great.
Lainey also has a story, and one of these days maybe we'll get her on. I don't know if she's available now. She might be chilling with the kiddos, but she has an amazing story too, powerful story. She's been in a lot of really rough situations in her life, but she has continued to rise above and fight through all of it, just like all of us. Continuing to fight. Through the mental health
Survivors.
and we're all survivors, you know what I'm saying? And that's why we all need to be a support system to all of us and those around us, not just
Mhm,
us, but those
mhm,
around us. Because like we just said, there's a lot of people out here that are hurting that we don't even know of. I mean, all these
mhm,
facades that you see on Facebook when people are posting all these beautiful pictures of all the beautiful things that they're doing and they're smiling from ear to ear. You
mhm.
never
Yes,
know what people are going through.
yes,
So make sure that
yes.
you guys are at least chiming in and saying hello to those that may get quiet or seem
Mhm,
quiet or may even
mhm.
seem really happy. You never know. So,
Right. Yeah. I
um,
just celebrated the anniversary of one of my friends, Molly, who I think I told you about. She's super, super special to me and helped me through a lot. But the anniversary of her death was on the 23rd, and she had committed suicide.
yeah,
Uh,
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah. So, and it was one of those things like crazy to me because I had been talking to her ear off about how I was feeling about killing myself and all these things and blah,
Mhm.
blah. And she's like helping me. She went out of her way to help me with all these emotions and feelings. And
Yeah,
yet inside, I failed
she was
to,
going through it.
yeah, I failed to try to be like, well, how are you as well? Like, how are you feeling? And then, the next thing you know, they're gone. And then like I don't blame myself for any of that kind of stuff, but I do know that it is hard and it is the people that you least expect. And so yeah, you should reach out
Yeah,
to the ones who are hurting and the ones that post like, oh my gosh, I'm going through it, because that's brave of them. It's brave of somebody to post how personally difficult their feelings are. Because I've had people tell me like, "Oh, you're so personal. Like you talk about all your private life and all this stuff." And I'm like, I don't feel like I do, but when I am feeling down, I will try to say like something first. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And then those,
absolutely.
reach out to those humans. But again, the ones that are smiling when you know what I mean, they're doing their funny stuff and they're smiling and all whatever behind the camera, even just a simple like, "Hey, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in a couple days." You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah,
it doesn't even have to be anything serious. Like how's your brain feeling? You know what I mean, or anything
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Just a simple reach out from a good human and a friendly face, and that's really like that's all it takes to help one person fall asleep and make it to wake up to the next day. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Facts. That's facts. So, really quick, guys. Um, I want to put this out real quick and just challenge everybody real quick. It's kind of a question, and you guys can answer it as we continue through. Still got some time left to go, but question to you guys: when you guys wake up in the morning and you are just going through it, just do not want to get out of bed, don't want to deal with life, don't want to deal with nothing that's going to happen if you leave that spot, how do you deal with that particular situation? How do you deal with your mornings, your morning sickness, your morning
Morning
mental?
sickness, I like that.
How do you deal with those morning sicknesses? Y'all can ponder on that for a minute, and we'll just continue talking. Like, I want to share something, and I appreciate you sharing about Molly, and Lainey just said she lost two special people to suicide as well this year. I lost. I mean, how many people have I lost this year? Sheesh. I mean, a lot, a lot. It's very unfortunate. But my brother, I lost my brother, and his birthday was actually yesterday. And every Christmas, I always wear his jacket. When my brother he's my half brother. I met him when I was 31. He's from Louisiana, but when I met him, it was such an amazing feeling to be able to connect with this person that I heard of, but I didn't know. I met him in Louisiana. First time we met, we hit it off like two peas in a pod. Yeah, it was the best feeling in the world. I hung out in Louisiana for 11 days, and we hung out pretty much 9 of the 11 days I was hanging with him. He had this nice old school black BMW, had his own hair shop, and he took me to the hair shop to line me and my older brother up. And we got to his hair shop, and bam, on this wall was a picture of me and my album, and me in the paper. Like it was the craziest thing ever, to see that this guy never met me, but has a plaque with my stuff on his wall. And I was just like, damn, that's my bro right there. That's family. That's blood. And so we just hit it off. We were friends for a long, long time. And when I left, we always kept in contact, texting and calling all the time. But 2 years later, he got really, really sick, and failed to get any treatment. He didn't want no treatment. He didn't want to go to the hospital. Nobody could get him to get up out of, his situation and just go get help. And unfortunately, when he did finally get up to go to the hospital, it was too late. And he ended up dying in 2010 to some type of, hepatitis. Well, I don't know what it was. I can't remember the exact name for it, but I know it was something that if they would have caught it sooner, they could have saved his life. But he did end up passing, and I went to his house and sang at his funeral. One of the hardest things to do, because there was so many people there, so many people. And stood up there. My mom and dad was in the audience. My mom and dad never heard me cry except for whippings and stuff like that. But like an emotional cry. My mom and dad never seen that. But I sang, and after I got done singing, I bawled. It was one of the hardest things for me. But after the funeral was over, but let me tell you, when I say that his funeral was jam-packed, it was jam-packed from wall to wall, people outside staring inside of the church. It was that he was that that big in his community. A lot of people loved him. He was, always the life of the party, always fun, always outgoing. Um,
Impactful
just,
human.
just an amazing person, and um, like this doesn't change anything about him, but I'm gonna tell you, he was a gay man. Like he was a gay man, and everybody supported him for who he was, regardless of what he was doing with his life or who he was brought up to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was such a powerful thing to see that. And I love that dude, man. For the short time that we known each other, I love that guy. Love that guy.
Hmm.
But we went to his mom's house after the funeral, and she said, "I have a bunch of clothes here that are just going to get donated. Take whatever you want." And me and my brother were about the same size, and so I was like, "I'm gonna take this coat," and it's the
Hmm.
only thing that I took was this coat, and I wore it yesterday. And I've never actually told my daughters about the importance of the coat, but I wear it every year for Christmas, every year. Just let them know I'm thinking about them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I want to ask you a question though, and it's about like your brother passing away. But did you ever go through a point during that where you were upset or angry at him because he didn't want to get like the treatment? Like, do you feel like he gave up? Did that ever impact you in any way? Because I feel
I
like
think
I've felt that.
I think at some point, yes, it does bother you because you would think how important you are to your community, to the people around you, to your family, that you would want to live.
Right.
But just like Twitch, just like all these other people, we don't know what's going on inside of their brains, inside of their mental. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? He could have been having a mental battle that we have no clue of, because just like we say, you could smile all you want in front of someone's face. As soon as I turn off the camera, I could have a gun right here, shoot myself in the head, and nobody would ever
Right.
know why.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Exactly.
So of course, you're frustrated by it. Of course it angers you, but we don't know.
Yes.
We don't know what was going on. So what gives us the right to be mad about any choices that anyone makes with their lives?
Yes.
All we can do is do our part to try and help them through those situations before they get to that point.
Mhm.
But if a person chooses not to get the help when the help is there, there's not much else we can do. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Can't drag
It's
him by
so
the hand.
right. But of course you're frustrated, and you want to see them do better for themselves and live and be a part of my life and everyone else's life that he's touched. But it's a hard one to you know hard one
Yeah.
to you know
Yes. No, I feel it. You don't even say. I totally know what you mean. I totally know what you mean. I'm
it's
I'm I'm
tough.
here. I'm here with you right now.
It's
I
tough.
feel it.
It's
Feel it.
tough because I met my brother, and we only known each other for 3 years. My dad had a child with someone else while he was married to my mom, and that's not something that I probably should be saying, but it's the truth. My older
Everybody
brother,
knows.
yeah, my older brother and my brother that passed are 2 weeks apart. That's how
Oh
close
wow.
they are. That's how close they are in age. But um, I never met him. I never met him until I was 31. We didn't have the money to go and see. We didn't have the money to go to Louisiana. We didn't have the means to get there. I mean, I still struggled when I hit into my 20s. I was still struggling. I was going to school, trying to survive and, trying to make a life for myself. I never made it down there until I was able to make it down there. And it
Hmm.
sucks. And it sucks because when I went to Louisiana, it was a cultural shock. And there was so much love. You know what I'm saying? The people, all of my shout out to all my people down in Louisiana and Texas that when I first went down there, they showed me nothing but love, bro. But it sucks that it had to be so late in my life that I could get down there and be with them. But they're all friends now. They're all on my Facebook. They all support me and everything that I do. And I'm very appreciative for all of them. You know, like I was talking to my cousin a couple of days ago about, you know, some things that she was going through with her ex-boyfriend not supporting her as she's raising their child. Like she was going through some tough times, and you know, she just reached out to me, and I said, hey, whenever you need to talk, I'm here for you. You know, we're family for a reason. And so absolutely, man, you just got to be thankful for the things that you do have, and the people that you do have in your life, and you know, just keep pushing and trying to create these positive relationships, even as late as, you know, me being as old as I am now. If any relationship that I create moving forward, I try to, you know, enjoy it and be the best version of myself for them that I can be, you know, and hopefully
try to stay in the present. Stay in the present.
Yeah, hopefully I can do the same for them in return. Hopefully they can do the same for me, and we can have a mutual relationship and have a mutual strong relationship, just like me and you. Like when we first became like official, like face-to-face friends, we weren't really face-to-face friends because, you know, you was kind of going through some things. But once we had that conversation and I realized that, you know, he may need somebody to be there for him.
Yeah, like this is not the Joey I've seen.
No, this isn't the Joey that I ever seen online.
Right,
so maybe I should, you know, spend some quality time, check up with my guy, make sure he's good. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I try to do, you know?
Yes. Well, and the best thing about it for me was the truthfulness and the honesty about it, because some people you can be very truthful, very honest with, and they get kind of a little defensive about it, and then they run away from whatever it is that thing that they need to confront. And to be able to speak to somebody that is able to be like, look, you messed up here, you messed up here, you messed up here, but I know you're a great person, and I'm here for you, and I will continue to be here for you. You might have acted like a fool, but let's just reset. Let's just reset. I know you're going through some shit right now, and you were honest enough, you know, about that with me. So I'm going to still be here to care about you and let you know that, you know, if you're going through it, just let me know. Let me be there for you, you know? So that was it was a huge wake up call though for me too. And I'm going to say that because not a lot of people in your life will be that honest with you. You know, they want to tiptoe around it because they don't want to hurt your feelings, and oh, maybe we'll never hang out again, or you know, this person obviously doesn't think the greatest of me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But if you can listen, like really, really listen to the things it is that the people who care about you the most say, it's not because they're trying to hurt you. It's because they want to help you and hug you mentally and let you know, like, Joey, you know you're better than that. I've seen you better than that. You know what I mean? So you got this.
Hey, Joey,
whatever.
I want you to respond to this. I seen Lainey, you dropped this, and we didn't mean to pass it up, but I just scrolled up and I found that you posted this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it up so we can read it real quick, and I want Joey to just respond to it. She said, I've been ridiculed and attacked for being open during hard times, difficult situations, and struggle. What is your response to that?
My response to that would be, first of all, who in the world would be doing that to you? And if they are, they're definitely not the right humans to speak to. Somebody said, and I can't remember who it was, if you reach out to a stranger, and I never actually thought about that. But then when she said it, I was like, you know what? Sometimes that is better, because the people that are closest to you are the ones that you're most afraid that are going to judge you, or, you know, be the ones that are like, oh my gosh, you've said this to me so many times. Like, I've heard this story over and over and over again. But when you speak to somebody that is more or less a stranger or somebody that you found is going through the same thing. It's such a different environment, and I will say as well, there are um, a lot of people have done like the AA or the NA thing, and I am not that human. I don't want to hold people's hands. I don't want to say prayers I don't believe. I don't want, you know what I mean? All of those things. And I actually found a good friend of mine opened a gym, and it's called she has this thing called Reps for Recovery. So she gives you a free membership for recovering addicts and alcoholics. So you come
Mhm.
in, you work out, you do your thing, and that saved my life. Saved my life. So as far as the people that just think that you are blathering on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They've heard the same story over and over and over again.
Mhm.
Don't even don't even go there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you have to block them or not be friends with them, but don't even go there. If you need to, like you and I do, write it down. I think Lainey said she listens to music.
Yep.
We do karaoke. Um,
Yeah.
And, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Sometimes you have to force yourself. I have had to like literally force myself to get out of bed the last few days, and it's going to happen. But there are human beings who will listen to you, and
Yep.
care.
Let me ask you this, Lainey. I'm going to take it a step further. Is the people that you are talking to, the people that are making you have these hard times and putting you through these difficult situations and these struggles? Because if those are the people that you are talking to about those hard times and difficult situations, they're always going to be on their own side. They're not going to want to hear anything negative about themselves. So you need to turn to someone else that's going to give you some true hard advice.
And you have to
And listen and
take it into
listen.
consideration. Yes,
Yes.
listen. It's so important, because you have to understand, like David, people that really, really care about you, they're going to tell you the things. But at the same time, they're going to tell you, like, look, I'm being hard on you, but tough
Mhm.
love, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
try not to, and I know it's hard. Believe me, I know it's hard because I'm such a sensitive guy. I cry over
Yeah.
everything. But you
Mhm.
have to try hard to, like you said, really, really listen to the words that they are saying. Listen to the words
Mhm.
that they are saying, because it is love. That is love. And those are the things that you need to really listen to.
Lainey, you've known me for many, many years. We've had many, many conversations about many, many different situations. So trust. If I say I will be there for you, I will be there for you. Trust
Yes.
me. I'm not going to tell you no lies.
Hmm.
I'm one of the realest friends that you probably have. Trust me. I've been
Yes.
around a long, long time. And she knows. She knows I'm telling her the truth right now. I would
Hmm.
never, ever, ever steer you clear. I try to give you
Hmm.
the best information that I have, the best advice that I got. I
Yes.
have
And it's
trust me,
love.
I have three people that have been on me for years. And I always turn to those people when I get lost. Not to say that there isn't others, because I have plenty of friends that I reach out to when I need help. But there's
Hmm.
three of them in particular that anytime that I tell them what's going on in my life, they're blunt, they're true, they're honest, and they're going to put me in my place.
Hmm.
Try and
Hmm.
find those three people. If not three, try and find at least one person that you know that's not going to lie to you.
Hmm.
It's going to give it to you
Hmm.
straight. Give it to you straight. Find someone that's going to give it to you straight
Yes.
and listen to what
Yes.
they have to say.
Yes.
It and that's the best advice that I got for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
I'm just saying.
I
Well,
agree, and I'm just
congratulations.
saying too. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yes, and
Guys,
congratulations on your engagement.
congratulations on your engagement. Wish you guys the best. Obviously, you and Paul have been through a lot. You guys have some beautiful kids. And if there's anything that I can do to support you guys, let me know
Hmm.
for sure. So, guys, this is our last mental check for 2022. That doesn't mean that we can't still check in with one another. That just means this will be the last one we do live like this. I
Hmm.
am very, very busy this weekend. I am doing a New Year's Eve celebration where I'm going to be live at an event, and I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of interviews and
Here on the
just
circle, or where are you gonna be?
yeah, I'll be on Circle Talk. Be
All
on
right,
Circle Talk
we
doing it.
gotta know where you gonna be, bro.
But I'm gonna be mobile though. I'm gonna be moving around. I won't be here at home. I will
Okay.
have all my equipment, and I'll be mobile. I'll be moving to the Marriott. I'll be down at the Marriott in Tacoma, and I'll be broadcasting live there for GSL New Year's Eve celebration 2023. That's
Awesome.
where I'll be on Saturday. But this is what I want you guys to watch out for. Our first mental health check of 2023 is January 1st. Please, I promise you guys, you want to tune in. I have a special guest. His name is Ricky Mena. I think maybe Stacy, was you the one that told me about this gentleman? Well, all I know, this gentleman, let me give you guys a little insight on this gentleman. He's the founder of Heart of a Hero. He dresses up like Spider-Man, and he goes to children's hospitals and helps with the special needs children, helps with fostering homes, and getting homeless children homes. I'm actually going to be meeting with this gentleman on January 1st, and we're going to be talking mental health. So trust me, you guys want to tune in. He's going to tell us our story. You guys will be able to talk to him. We're going to do a mental health check with each other. It's going to be an amazing start of the new year. So please make sure you guys tune in January 1st, 11 o'clock, Sunday, with Ricky Mena. I'm really excited to bring him on, guys. Trust. I had a nice conversation with the guy, and he seems very intelligent. And if you guys haven't checked him out, I will put his information in the chat when we're done, so you can check on him. He's a real deal. Really, really good guy, and he's doing great work in the community. And those are the kind of people that we need in our lives. People that are going to support us in our time of need. People that have went through the mud and have came out on top, and that are trying to give back. And that's what this guy is all about. And I'm excited to have a conversation with him and talk with you guys again, see how your guys' New Year's Eve went. So thank you again, Joey, so much for coming on. We're going to go ahead and close up shop because my son's in there, guys. Come on,
Right.
I got to go. And...
I just want to say one thing to everybody that's watching right now. This is my last thing I'm going to say to you. When you wake up on New Year's Day of January 1st, I want you to make sure that when you get out of bed, you step on your right foot first. And that's because I want you to start the new year off on the right foot.
Absolutely. Got it. I got it. So in case you guys were wondering, what do I do when I go through my frustration moments? Music. It's pretty easy for me. I always have my phone next to my bed. I grab my phone. If I'm just like, I don't want to get out, I put on my favorite song. Right out to that. There it is. All right. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. I'm glad that we did our mental health checks. If you guys have something you guys have any questions about, or you want to talk with us about, please don't hesitate to put it in the comment box. Hit us in our inboxes, and we will reach out. We are all a family here. If you're going through something, don't go through it alone. Reach out. We're here for you. All right. Y'all have a blessed rest of your evenings. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.
All right, mate. Love you much.
See you later.